Do you have groin pain or soreness from sitting? This is the video for you. Hey guys, welcome back. This is Groin and Healthy, the channel where we explore self-improvement through movement. The Adductor Magnus. What? Yeah, I know, seldom mentioned, but very important. The Adductor Magnus is the second largest muscle in the body. The Adductor Magnus muscle is a massive triangular muscle that extends over the entire medial side of the thigh. The Adductor Magnus is the primary muscle that initiates hip extension from a squat position. Whether walking, sprinting, or squatting, the Adductor Magnus muscle plays a fundamental role. It is on the medial side of the thigh, which means it's closest to the midpoint of the body. The Adductor Magnus has an attachment on the bone of the pelvis that you sit on, the ischial tuberosity. It is at the bottom of the pelvis, and the Adductor Magnus attaches to the medial and posterior side of the ischial tuberosity. The name of the muscle suggests that it is responsible for adduction, and that is the movement towards the midline of the hip. It also has the major job of extending the same side of the hip when the hip is in a flexed position, such as if someone were to stand up from sitting down or to bend over to retrieve something from the floor and then stand up. It is the most powerful muscle in that movement sequence. Now, you know we're sitting more than ever, and we're placing a lot of pressure on the sit bones, leading to that buzzing feeling through the underbutt. I know a highly technical term, but you get the idea. This numbing sensation from sitting too long causes us to need to shake a leg after prolonged sitting. It's an indication of the slackened tone of the Adductor Magnus, amongst a few other muscles. And if you have knock knees and hyperpronation of your feet, this may be your weak point. And if you address this, it will go a long way to alleviating those symptoms. Along with their role of supporting your posture, they also manage your internal rotation. Understand that if you have a dysfunction in your range of motion of any muscle, it's going to lead to pain. And in this case, it will also lead to a slumped posture that is exhibited with things like knee valgus, which is knock knee, and hyperpronation, which we consider flat feet. After sitting on them for all of our waking hours, from our commute to our office to our dining room table, they have just congealed. Now, range of motion is the key to pain-free movement. And to develop that ability, here are some exercises that you can try to bring them back to life. Before we start, let's get some tissue work to incorporate some suppleness to the stiffness that exists. While sitting on a chair, I'd like you to get a lacrosse ball, something very firm. Tennis ball is a little too soft, and wedge this under the upper thigh and try to internally rotate while you roll on top of the ball. I would like you to feel for any tight spots or tense spots in the area. Rest and try to relax on them till the sensation dissipates. This routine should already provide you with some relief. And once you feel that sensation dissipate, let's try some exercises. Exercise 1 is going to be a frog pose PNF stretch. We're going to squeeze and hold for 10 seconds in the frog pose position, relaxing after every 10-second hold, and then contracting for another 10-second bout. We're going to do this for about 3 to 4 bouts of 10 seconds for 3 to 4 sets. You can support yourself with straight arms, or you can lower yourself onto your elbows. And you want to roll back into the most sensitized position, right? So we're looking for the place where we feel that kind of pain reflex arise, or pain sensation. And then we're going to roll back into that. Now we're not going to force anything. We're just going to remain there until it dissipates. Relax and melt into that pain and watch it disappear. And then as we do that, we're going to widen and relax. Now to engage into the PNF, stretch, what we're going to do is we are going to contract and we're going to pull together the knees, but without actual movement. We're just going to gain that sensation, and we're going to hold for 10 seconds. And then after the 10 seconds, we're going to relax, and we're going to find that we're able to get a greater range of motion. Now, remember to keep your knees cushioned. You don't want to leave the knee vulnerable for pain, so make sure that there is proper or adequate cushioning under your knees. Okay, and then we're going to squeeze again. Squeeze. I'm indicating squeezing by lifting my feet off of the ground, but it is unnecessary for you to do so. Once you feel that you've reached the limit of your depth, then all you have to do is relax for 20 to 30 seconds in your most lengthened position. Our second exercise will be a kneeling side lunge. We're going to get on our knees, place support under the supporting knee, and then we're going to put the working knee in a perpendicular position to the supporting knee. Then we're going to lunge, leading towards the direction of the knee. We're going to isometrically hold a position by pulling the heel towards the supporting knee. And we're going to hold that for 10 seconds. And then release, and you can do 3 to 4 sets of these. Again, if you feel any strain in the groin from going this far, then just close the angle, right? That's good enough. But if you can, go as far as you can, right? To your ability without the sensation of pain. What you can do is try a smaller angle first for the first set, and then attempt a wider angle on the subsequent sets. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to gain a little ground in terms of range of motion by leaning towards that knee, right? We're pushing the knee forward. And remember, for best practices, we're trying to maintain the arch of the foot until we're fully in dorsiflexion. So we're holding. We're going to go down to about 60% of what we feel we are capable of. And then we're going to hold isometrically, and we're going to pull the heel towards the knee. And we're going to hold, squeeze and pull. Keep about a tension of 50 to 70% of your intention, and then release, and then roll back. Again, slightly go down to a comfortable depth, and then come slightly out of that to about 60%, and then pull the heel towards the knee. And then relax slightly to bounce out of the position. A gentle bounce. Exercise 3, which is a supine banded knee adduction. While laying down in a supine position, place a band laterally to your lower thigh. Now, no need to use a tight band, because if you overexert, this will cause injury. Your untied legs should remain straight and relaxed. Start from an externally rotated position and then internally rotate to the midline, which is sufficient for most, but I prefer to go past that midline, strengthening my groin. You can do this for 10 to 20 reps for 3 to 4 sets, depending on your comfort and the tension of the band. Do not force this, because these are very delicate parts of your anatomy, and we don't want to cause further injury. We're trying to alleviate injury. Now, exercise 4, the final exercise. If you have access to a Swiss ball, place it between your knees, and then you are going to proceed in the beginning to just hold it isometrically, squeezing and maintaining the pressure, internally rotating the knees while externally rotating the hips simultaneously. After you've developed the muscle sensation, then you can perform reps of these. I would say anywhere from 15 to 30 reps. We're trying to regain our motor mechanics. So it's not about how powerfully we can squeeze the ball. It is about developing the motion. the mind-muscle connection. This muscle is far more important to our physical and mental well-being than it is given credit for. If you're suffering with not only groin pain, but low back pain also, this routine should provide much needed relief. Okay guys, this has been Groin and Healthy, the channel where we explore self-improvement through movement. Thanks for watching.